Haha, here we go. We back, baby. We back. That's what we do, baby. Let's keep going. All right, let's go. Hey, yo, what it is and what's good, y'all? Welcome back to 280 Plus, the social media podcast where I take the conversations off the timeline and go beyond the tweets or posts or whatever you want to call it. I'm your host, Los Def, and yeah, man, I'm back this week. We solo. Had a dope episode with my boy Jabbar Harris, man. We kind of focus on sports. Some of the other kind of content surrounding that podcast that's gonna leak out as we go through the week and stuff like that too. Some of that stuff is like evergreen, and we could talk about that stuff whenever. But yeah, I'm, just working, man. We gotta keep going. I realize, I do feel a little bit pressed to put out certain content, and then I'm realizing no, I'm actually working overtime. You know what I mean, doing these recaps for the Shy. And if y'all have not watched any of the recap episodes, go watch that. I've been doing those separate from the regular podcast because, like I said, I get to just kind of dive into it, and I don't know. I guess it has some type of organic little algorithm following or whatever. But it's good, man. Keeping that a little bit separate and doing my thing here. But yeah, man, I'm back, and just my first comment with I've been talking about the podcast and just I don't know what to do in terms of branding. I don't know, because this was derived from Twitter, and Twitter is no more. It's X now. Right, it's X. So it's do I keep the name and the essence of it, or do I change it? That's always, that's something crazy. But we gonna work regardless, man. We still gotta put out the content. That's the problem though. When you do a weekly podcast, you got to keep it coming, and the changes are just gonna be gradual, and they'll just be transformed and changed. It won't be something that I can't stop. We can't stop and then reset. We gotta just keep it moving. All right. So, but speaking of that, because I always have a headline or something about this guy, Elon Musk. And this guy, he was talking to Benjamin Netanyahu. I think that is the prime minister of Israel, or at least he was at one point in time. But I know that name, right? So he goes on record to say, and this was on Monday. He goes on record to say that Elon Musk is yeah, he's gonna start charging a small fee for all Twitter users, he said to use the X platform, to use the X system, to use the X platform. He's gonna begin charging all subscribers or all people that have an account. And man, he says it's the only way that he can combat the bots and slowing down the data and things like that. And I guess, if you're in that lane and if this is your business, you are allowed to do whatever you want, right? You are allowed to, charge people a fee for it. You're allowed to want it to look a certain way. What I say though, when it comes bots and all that, I don't think people care. I don't think people care. What we don't want ads running through the platform, but obviously you need to make money, so we're gonna keep getting ads and things like that into the platform. But I don't think the normal consumer is not worried about the bots. We ignore them. Some people interact with them for whatever reasons. I mean, they think they're real people, but your average person, we don't care about the bots. You know what I'm saying? Stop telling us that you're doing stuff for us, and you're really doing it for yourself. It's funny, my cousin, he put hashtag rent due. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Elon Musk got mad bread. And it's hard when we don't have the kind of bread that he has. It's hard to tell somebody yo, stop making bread, stop making money. I mean, don't do nothing else to make no money. It's hard to say that, but at the same time, it's bruh, yo, I get it, man. You feel like you gotta cash back in, I mean, you gotta make your money back from buying this thing. But we were cool when was it Jack Dorsey, when he was running this joint? We was cool with it. We loved it. We loved everything about Twitter. And you taking everything away, you changing everything. People still call it Twitter, man. Nobody calls it X. Nobody calls it that. I don't know anybody that calls it X. People still say tweets and retweets and stuff like that. Nobody says what you want them to say. But and trying to charge people for verifications, that's whatever. You do that, right? But then to charge people to use the site, yeah, I just sense a mass exodus, man. And but the thing is, but I'll be surprised though, like seeing the people that will stay, like you know what I mean, like because that's the thing, like conventional wisdom would say that like, oh, it's gonna make everybody leave, but then you're gonna be surprised where people are like, they're gonna justify. They're like, man, no, it's not that bad. Like, it's not that bad, man. You know, it's only like $2.99. Like, it's not that bad. Which, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, you know, paying $3. Like, I don't even know what the price will be, but like, if it just say it was $2.99, is that the end of the world? No, $3 is not the end of the world. 317, whatever after tax, it's not the end of the world, but it's the principle. Right? I'm saying, like, it's like, bro, I've been using this site for I was on it since 2011. You know what I mean? So I've been using this site for 12 years. I ain't have no hiccups, no jams. You know what I mean? Like it's been good. And then you just want to come in out of nowhere and charge people for it. Like if y'all was gonna be on that type of time, that y'all should have been on that type of time. Again, he bought it from somebody that wasn't on that type of time. But it's like it's weird. But like charging people to use Twitter and if people will still use it, I can't do it. I can't pay for social. I can't pay for just free use social media, like regular base level social media. I cannot pay for that. Like I'm not doing it. So your boy's wilding again, man. Your boy's wilding again. What y'all think about that, man? How y'all feel about Elon wanting to charge for Twitter and talking about everybody? Like, are you still going to be on the platform? Where are you going to go? Are you going to go? Are you going to go to Instagram? Are you going to go to Threads? And I did the Threads thing. I started my account, and Threads is trash. Like I like Instagram. I love Instagram. I love the platform, but Threads is like, yo, it's like I haven't been on there. I haven't been on there since like that first 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like everybody started the Threads. I was on there. You know, I still get notifications that people are following me, but it just felt like so empty. Like it just felt so empty. I wanted it to work like Twitter. Legally, it probably can't work like it's probably not supposed to work like Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably gets sued for that. But it was annoying. It just felt like there was nobody really on there. I don't think nobody really knows what to do with it, how to use it. But yeah. I don't know. I think there's definitely gonna be a shift. People are going to other platforms even for other stuff, like instead of YouTube, they're using Rumble and all that. But we'll see, man. We'll see, man. What y'all think though? What y'all think, man? So moving on. This week's episode, man, we got a lot of messiness, man, like relationship messiness, you know what I mean, that's been reported and talked about. I have one story that I thought was a headline. Like initially I thought it was a headline and I was about to look it up and like look up some more facts, and then I seen something from a year ago, and then I'm seeing something from like 2 days ago, right? So and we'll just bring it up, whatever, just more so as a topic. But like I said, we do have some like relationship stuff. We got some celebrity breakups. And we got an update on something that we didn't talk about yet on this platform. Something that went really viral and really got people talking. We got a lot of like little information, like some updates, because I told y'all I like to wait a little bit before I start talking about it. I don't just jump out there and talk about anything, right? You know what I mean? So I wanted to wait. But what I wanted to bring up was Steven Jackson. So apparently, Steven Jackson, and this came out. Here's the thing. The original article is from November 8th of 2022. So if y'all know Steven Jackson, right, he was set to marry this woman named Imani Showalter, right? But what I was seeing a meme that was talking about, or like a video or a post or something like that. It was talking about Steven Jackson and how he left this woman at the altar because she refused to sign a prenup, right? So she apparently, what I mean, he was locked in with this woman, about to get married to her, and he kept telling her like, all right, we gotta sign a prenup, and she kind of kept putting it off, and then they kept planning, they kept moving forward the process, and then I guess come the day of the wedding or some, she by the time the wedding was the day of the wedding, she didn't sign this prenup, and then he left her at the altar, right? So because yeah, like if you look at the article from November 8th, 2022, it says, "Who is Imani Showalter?" Taking a look at why the TV personality got left at the altar by Steven Jackson. So then he goes on, like, yeah, it keeps going on. Let's see. Yeah, he said in order for a prenup to get drawn up, both the husband and wife The bride and groom have to agree on the prenup before it can get written up. And it says, so we get the prenup back at least 3 to 4 months before the wedding. This is all true, y'all. I give it to her. When I give it to her, she shouldn't be surprised by it because me and her sat down and agreed upon the prenup. We agreed. Listen to me, y'all. We agreed on the prenup. It says a month passed, 2 months before the wedding. I'm like, we need to get the prenup signed so we can get down there to Houston. We ain't got to worry about it. I tell her that like 2 or 3 times. He says on the day of the ceremony, Showalter still had not signed the prenup, and says this is when she showed her true colors. So wedding's off. We not doing it. When we first get back to the room, I break down crying. Honest to God, truth. I was hurt. I wanted to marry her, bruh. I break down crying for like 30 minutes. I'm hard down crying. I don't think a woman would take me to this point over a piece of paper, right? Does it keep going? Does it keep going? No, no, no. It don't keep going. It don't keep going. So wow, that like I don't know. And I guess the question is like is he wrong? Is he wrong for doing that? Is he wrong for doing that? Well, the thing is, right? I think like him explaining that to all these times, whatever. I think if y'all actually had the meeting and y'all did agree upon something, and then if the woman is acting funny about it, right, and if she doesn't want to have another official meeting to like maybe revise some parts of the prenup, whatever, you got to take that as a sign that it's over. Like she don't either she doesn't feel like you trust her, and already since there ain't no trust there, it's probably not gonna be a relationship. But like you got to break that off. Like if you're telling her all these times, if you're continuing having these conversations and then she don't want to sign it, then you got to take that as a sign of it not working out. Why and I know these people, I mean, he's a wealthy man. And I guess she's in TV as well, or she makes money media wise as well. And I would think that you wouldn't want to waste any money, any resources, and you would kind of just shut it down earlier so it doesn't become a cost. So people that are traveling, because I can imagine that, I mean, he probably had family, she had family. If he really left her at the altar like that, you would think you would save a lot of people time and money by just ending it before it gets to that point, whatever. So is he wrong for standing on his principle? No, he's not wrong for that. But I would think that because why would you want it to come down to the last minute like that? Like that's the thing. I think that would be that's a red flag. Like it's a red flag that she don't want to sign it, but it'd be a red flag if she waited till the day of the wedding to sign it. And like so like you get to that point and you leave her at the altar. There is an article that says basketball player claims he dumped with fiance at the altar because she refused to sign a prenup, but she says that's not the whole story. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What can I find? Oh, Showalter, on the other hand, claims her ex isn't revealing the full story about their breakup. Uh-oh. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Do I see anything? It's hard to answer. Okay, okay. Says Showalter shared the document on Instagram, and interestingly, even though it was their prenup to sign, it was solely sent to Jackson and his mother. Oh, Showalter claims that all of this was because Jackson was scared to disappoint his mother. Oh, snap. It says, regardless of one's beliefs on prenup, Showalter claimed that Jackson didn't bring it up to her until 2 weeks before the wedding. Uh-oh, receipts. According to a September 2022 article from Brides, couples should give at least 30 days before the wedding to agree and sign a prenup. And then, yeah, she shared it. It says in another post, Showalter shared the prenup that she signed on their wedding day, which she hand wrote an addendum on it since she was unsure what was in the mysterious prenup that she got 1 hour before walking down the aisle. Oh no. What? Wait a. There's receipts here. She asked for a monthly allowance, a home in her name, no more children, no infidelity, and to obtain representation on a later date. So if the prenup Showalter posted is accurate, it seems that the real reason Jackson left her at the altar was because of her additions to it. Okay. Says there are many reasons why a prenup can cause one partner to want to abandon the relationship. And that was like according to a divorce lawyer. It says many people who sign a prenuptial agreement, then divorce later on, say that during the marriage, the prenup made them feel that they were never on an even playing field financially. A prenup can cause resentment and suspicion that your spouse is not committed to making that marriage a true partnership, they wrote. Even though this is a wild situation, there's much to learn about how to handle a prenup and how couples should approach it. Okay, so that was like getting into like the details, whatever. But there is a prenup. So I think I might have to take a snip. I might have to take a snip of this because this is like good stuff right here. This is like good evidence. So I think this document that I'm probably gonna post here. It looks like it's going to Steven Jackson. It says, even if you, this is the last paragraph of it. It says, even if you are averse to entering into a prenuptial agreement, there are certain planning techniques that we can employ to protect your current and future assets. But many of these strategies must be in place prior to you getting married. Once you are married, your options will be dramatically limited. As such, I ask you to please call me. Okay. So it looks like it's like from some type of management and the writing Steven Jackson. Okay. Wow. 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 So it sounds like there's details. So he's saying that he asked her months and months. I guess she made some additions to it, and then they're just faxing and sending paperwork back and forth while they supposed to be getting ready for their big day. You know what I mean? If they're wild enough to do the bachelor thing beforehand or bachelorette thing the night before, they're rushing around doing all this stuff, whatever, and they still sending papers back and forth. That's what it sounded like, and they just never agreed. I guess I can agree with that though. Like having a prenuptial agreement to an extent it does put the people at an uneven playing field, I guess. But a lot of people in finance and a lot of people that have been through marriage and like obviously that have felt the brunt of a divorce, most people do say that it's just best, even for your average person, like it's just best. Just because people take a weird ownership of things once they separate, like people take it when it comes to like how they feel about things, and they start to take ownership of things that they probably weren't worried about in the past. Like you wasn't worried about this couch, or you wasn't worried about my car, or you wasn't worried about having my house, but because we got married and because we decided mutually, and because we agreed upon it, because we signed divorce papers, that like now you obligated to this or that. Like obviously there's all type of circumstances and things that can happen, but I don't know. I think it probably is smart to do. It's probably smart to do. And if two people are thinking objectively and logically, I think they can kind of reach that consensus that it's a smart thing to do. But I can definitely see the side where people feel like you're less than, or it's not fair, or yeah, your partner's suspicious of you. I could see that too. But that's all that has to be. I think 30 days is short before a wedding. I would think that you would have this lined up months in advance, but who knows? I'm not married, so I wouldn't know. So moving on, man. Moving on. More messiness here. Little messiness, but I wonder, I still want your opinion, which I think about this, right? So we know that y'all, just I'm gonna say y'all, meaning like the general public, man. We know how y'all love celebrity couples, and y'all, you guys take ownership of these couples. Now, there are some couples that I'm cool with, like celebrating and things like that, but like I never look at a relationship. I don't think I've ever looked at a celebrity relationship and said goal or something like goals or relationship goals or anything like that, because I don't know them people. Them people ain't nothing like me. Neither one of the people in the union are nothing like me. I'm not in their situation. And for me to like, fully be like, yeah, their relationship is something that I want. That's kind of weird to me. But so Teyana Taylor, man, and Iman Shumpert, man, you know what I mean? Apparently they are separated. Apparently they're broken up. Now they're married. It didn't say nothing about divorce. But they are married, and let's oh, oh, Okay, I don't want to hear that. So it says Teyana Taylor and Imani Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert break up after 7 years of marriage. Teyana confirmed she and Iman have separated, but added that infidelity was not one of the reasons behind their split. All right. So it says the singer announced September 17th on Instagram that she and the former NBA player have split after 7 years of marriage. In her post, she also debunked recent rumors about the relationship. She said, not too much on my bestie. In all fairness, Iman and I separated and have been for a while. Now, I wonder how long a while is. What is a while? Is that like a couple months? Is it longer than that? You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really seen them, in anything. But anyway, um, she said, Teyana wrote alongside a photo of the two dressed as Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World. To be 1,000% clear, infidelity ain't one of the reasons for our departure. And then she added, we are still the best of friends, great business partners, and one hell of a team when it comes to co-parenting our two beautiful children. Most importantly, we are family. And in the 10 years together, 7 years married, we ain't never played with or about that. Right. And then she said the 32-year-old also wrote, we just keeping y'all asses out the group chat, which is the reason we've been able to successfully and peacefully separate without all the outside noise. The only reason I'm sharing this part of the chat is because the narratives are getting a little out of hand and it's unfair to all parties involved. I hope this provided some clarity for y'all. Auntie taking y'all back out the chat. Bye. All right. So now when I think about this, Iman Shumpert is only 33 years old. Wow, that's kind of crazy because he's been retired. He's been out of basketball for years now, and to think that he's only 33 years old, like he could still literally be playing right now. So, I think he probably was like in the big three or something like that. But so, what do y'all think, man? Did y'all know? Did y'all have any idea, any clue that they were broken up? I know I didn't because again, I'm not the super relationship like scoper. You know what I mean? I'm not really like, searching and trying to figure out things about people's relationships. It seemed like they was a good couple. You know what I mean? The fact that they were married for 7 years, that they've been married for 7 years, they've been together for 10 years. You know what I mean? To many people, that would be a success. You know what I mean? I think people expect people to be together forever. You know what I mean? But why now? Why now? So she said the rumors are getting out of hand. So what this means is that to me, what this means is, hey, all right, we're gonna let the cat out the bag. If you see me with somebody, you know what I mean, don't get all paparazzi happy thinking that Iman is cheating, or if y'all see him out with somebody, you know what I mean, with a friend or something like that, don't be coming back to me telling me all the tea, like it's gonna hurt my feelings, right? Like we want to let y'all know, or basically they both agreed, like, hey, you could put it out there because we want to date now. Now both of us want to date. Now we both and we celebrities, and we're known to be seen together. And if people start to not see you with me, one, they already starting rumors about it. Obviously, because we're not seeing them together, people are already starting rumors. But then, yeah, it's probably not comfortable to live your own life because you got people saying all these different things. But one thing I noticed is that, yeah, like I've been seeing Iman, like I guess he's a part of a podcast, and I've been seeing I've been seeing him talk a lot, and like he's actually good, man. Like he's good at what he does on these platforms. Like he's somebody that you want to listen to, you want to hear his perspective, because he's so real, and then he's heavy with the acting. I mean, he's with the Shy. I mean, like I see him every week. So I mean, he's working, and we're not necessarily seeing her. I don't know. I guess, I mean, I think some things, I guess, stand the test of time. Some things don't. I think they probably just put the cat out. I think she put the cat out of the bag mostly for their own dating lives, their own personal lives. So people aren't like, because maybe not even everybody in their family might not necessarily know, or it's still kind of like under wraps, so to speak, like they kind of know. And then if they would see a tabloid headline saying that Iman was doing this or Teyana was doing this, it could potentially harm the family. Yeah, I mean, their kids they're not probably old enough to be able to like read headlines and things like that, but like probably people like trying to take pictures of them and stuff like that. So it probably does get annoying. I don't know. Like, I guess so too. Like, why aren't they getting divorced yet? Like, are they, maybe they're gonna work it out? Maybe it's cheaper to keep her, right? Or maybe it's cheaper to keep him. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to figure out a solution for their kids, but whatever it is, man, hopefully both parties come out unscathed. That's what I'm a hope for. I'm a hope for that both parties come out unscathed. Hopefully they could come to some type of co-parenting agreement where it's feasible for both of them. Um, maybe they've entered like the open relationship kind of phase of their type of thing, and they're just kind of putting this out there so people don't assume, and maybe they are still kind of together. I don't know. It's interesting. But like I said, we heard no whispers, and shout out to them though for not like there's been no drama. There's been no drama associated. We haven't heard anything crazy. You know what I mean? I don't think Teyana moves like that. I don't even think Iman moves like that. But their relationship has put both of them in the spotlight for sure. Um, Probably the last 10 years have been the best 10 years of Teyana Taylor's career. And then the last 10 years has probably been the most visible that Iman Shumpert has been since he's been a basketball player. So I don't know. Well, 10 years, I guess he was in the middle of his career, for part of their relationship. How many years did he play in the NBA? I don't know. But that's that on that. Another couple, and real quick, I mean, so another couple that broke up, and I don't really know too much about these people because I know the rapper, I know him, but I don't. His wife or his ex-wife now. I just don't know too much about her. I just know that she was on the Real, that show, The Real. So Jeezy and is it Jeannie Mai? Is her name? Yeah, Jeannie Mai. I don't know. Is it Jeannie Mai? Please help me out, y'all. So they have split up. They have divorced, so to speak. So there was a clip though that came out where she's kind of talking about their relationship. It says in a resurfaced clip, Jeannie Mai speaks on husband Jeezy having to check her on her temper/anger issues. She said that she didn't realize that she had this issue until he brought it to her attention. This past Thursday, the Atlanta rapper filed for divorce after 2 years of marriage. All right. So a lot of people, like I said, I'm not really versed in this, whatever. A lot of people have been diving into it. I guess like she had another marriage where she didn't want to have kids. She didn't feel safe enough to have kids. And then she gets with a man. And I don't even know. Do they have a kid? Do they have any kids together? But then he divorced her, whatever. But I guess the question is like, if a woman has like, why does a woman have to be checked, so to speak, about her temper? Like, why can't a person, like especially a woman, why can't she kind of come in with that already dealt with? Like, why is that? It says, and this is a tweet reply. Somebody said, why do women want to be checked? I never understood when women be like, I want a man that's gonna check me if I get out of line. Why would you let it get to that point though? Right. And somebody replied to that. They said they have fathers who neglected their feelings and mothers who didn't care enough. They said, whoa, she wasn't nice and friendly. I'm very surprised a non-black woman has an anger problem. Oh man, people are petty. What's another one? It says, as a husband, it's not your job to check or correct your wife's behavior. That's the equivalent of just being their father, to be honest, not your job. So yeah, is it your job to check your wife if she gets out of line? Can you be with a woman that has some type of temper issue to where you possibly have to rein her in? I think everybody has everybody's entitled to their own personality. And, some people's personalities are a little more vibrant, colorful, and, I mean, maybe a little bit more rowdy than others, right? Like a lot, people are dealing with that. And that's just the reality of the situation. But yeah, I do kind of agree that, like, as an adult, yeah, I shouldn't have to check you because and then here's the thing, because I'm not just, and it's not like I'm not checking you for just other people, because yeah, that's one thing. If you're giving temper to a lot of people and I gotta calm you down, I think I'm more willing to accept that. But if you giving me the temper all the time, like if you're just constantly berating me and saying crazy shit and pissing me off and making my blood boil all the time, nah, this shit ain't gonna work, girl. Like, nah, you could hit the door. Like, um, again, I know a lot of people that are into following that her and then their relationship. I don't know, but Jeezy was posting flexing, man. Like the picture that he posted right after he filed for divorce was like some gangster shit. Like he like City Boys up 1,000 type shit. Like I'm like, wow, like he don't look phased at all. You know what I mean? Like almost like, yeah, he knew this was coming. You know what I mean? And I wonder, did this blindside her or was she kind of prepared for this blow, for this breakup? So I don't know, man. I'm just trying to give y'all what y'all want and stuff that y'all like to hear about. But yeah, that was crazy. That's kind of crazy, these two little breakups. But I got another crazy story for y'all. Hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, now, y'all. One thing about me, and when it comes to my opinions, I try to be consistent. Now, don't get that confused with like if I have an ignorant take on something, or if I have a take on something and I learn new information, I'm willing to change my opinion on something if the facts pertain to stuff, right? But one thing I'm always going to be consistent with, I think, and then especially as it pertains to this platform, is what I choose to report on, what I choose to cover, especially the most viral incidents, right? So what I said to y'all when Carly Russell was out, but even before Carly Russell, I forget what I was talking about, but I said, because I feel like I've said this multiple times, is that we gotta wait for the facts to come out. We gotta wait for the facts to come out. Now, there's a lot of speculation, but when you look at the speculation, when you dig into the speculation, it makes like what's supposed to be reality, it makes it cloudy, and you're like, oh shit, like maybe, oh shit, maybe there is something to that. Like, oh man, did we get Carly Russell again? You know what I'm saying? Because that's where it's kind of leaning to. So speaking of not reporting stuff right away, right? So a couple weeks ago, right, we see a viral video, right? And y'all remember the woman Roda Osman? That's her name, Roda Osman. And so you don't remember her by name, but y'all remember the woman that allegedly got smacked with a brick across her face after not providing her phone number to a man, right? And apparently this was a black man. Apparently this was in the Houston area, right? This when this happened, right? And so this woman, right? She allegedly gets hit with a brick. She has this crazy swollen face, right? Like it looks crazy. It looks crazy. And she's outside and she's upset and she's crying and she's talking about, nobody's protecting black women. She's talking about how there was a black man that hit her with a brick after he asked her for a number. She said no. She's saying a guy hit her with a brick. And then what she went on her video to talk about was how there was nobody to protect her and like nobody's protecting black women. And she's saying how like there was a lot of black bystanders there, a lot of black male bystanders, and nobody jumped in to say nothing, to stop him, to fight him, whatever. And all across social media, everybody was chiming in like, oh yeah, yo, you supposed to jump in it. Other people was like, no, you don't crash out for no woman that you don't know. Other people was like, oh, yeah, I mean, all the men that didn't do nothing, they probably done bad things to women physically, and they didn't want nobody to do nothing to them. Like I heard that take before. Like it's been a lot of different things. Like a lot of people going back and forth, like, oh yeah, y'all, I mean, the men that didn't do nothing, y'all pussy. Yeah, I mean, oh, you a simp if you ride out for this woman, right? Now she goes on, and the thing is, this is an alarming thing, and a lot of people for off the rip though, they were like looking at it and they were like, wait up, like why is that the first thing that she's doing, going live and complaining about people not helping her, right? Like did she call the cops? Like is she trying to find somebody? Like even on that video, she didn't even she doesn't describe the man, which that's gonna play a role in something in a split second here. But I've been keeping up with this on YouTube, like, because a lot of people have been talking about it. I didn't know if I wanted to talk about it right away because I was like, like what do we get out of it? But I think the story has gotten more interesting as time has gone on because more information is coming out. So apparently, so we're gonna break a couple of things down, right? So apparently she has a history of making viral skits where she hits a man and then like she walks away and things like that. So people initially when she got hit and she's or after the recording of her allegedly getting hit, um people were posting skits and they're saying, see, she's a troublemaker. She does this, she does that. That's why nobody helped her, right? Like this, like you see, she was slapping white men, she's slapping other guys, whatever. Like this is what she does. Like nobody wants to fuck with her, right? So, but then people were using that as the evidence to say like that's why people didn't help her. So people found that problematic. They're like, no, she does this. Like she has some type of content where she makes jokes about it, but this was the real thing. Now, for all I know, and in that area, maybe this was retaliation, like or something like that. Who knows, right? So she has a history of making these skits where she's in the spotlight and like she's hitting men, and then like I don't know if they're not doing nothing back, whatever, right? Another thing, she has a history of raising money through GoFundMe for similar incidents. So here's the thing. If this happened to you one time, right? Obviously, like it's like it's a tragedy. It's like what the heck, whatever. But apparently, she's been in different assaults. She's been a victim of different assaults, right? And we don't know if they're true or not, whatever. But she's gone to GoFundMe to raise large sums of money, all right, large sums of money. And then people were pointing out that, yeah, like those other incidents, nobody got a police report or nothing like that. Nobody got arrested for none of that. So this GoFundMe that she raised, she wanted it for $25,000, I guess, to pay for medical expenses because she said she didn't have an insurance. It got up to $40,000, like the GoFundMe. And then that's when people started to really like kind of like dig in, like they like because people were skeptical first. They were like, what if it comes out that she's lying, right? Because Carly Russell taught us that, like, Carly Russell went way far ahead. Like, so if this lady Roda Osman is lying, it's not even as bad as Carly Russell, because Carly Russell like fake kidnapped herself. You know what I mean? Like had people looking for her and stuff like that. This woman Rhoda Osman, she's not necessarily like, apparently she's not giving a lot of information. I'm gonna get back to that, but it's one thing if something happens to you one time, but like it's not a coincidence if similar things like this happen to you, right? And where you're getting hit by men in public and nobody's helping you. Like it just don't sound real. Like it just doesn't sound like something that would really happen, right? Not more than once, right? And then you're raising money for it to GoFundMe. So people are on the money and they're on her top. They're like, nah, we got to investigate this because she acting funny. She doing some weird shit, right? All right, so let's keep going. And then MTR. So there's a amazing YouTube channel. Shout out to Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Just MTR for short. And he reacted to a video. And the video was by a woman named Queen of Accountability, right? So because he's reacting to it, right? So in this video, it's like audio, it's like a video audio type thing. And it's a recording of her calling the police, the Houston PD, because she wants a description of the man that allegedly hit Roda Osman, right? So she calls them up, whatever, and she's like, and she sounded like a concerned citizen. She's like, ma'am, like there was a viral incident, whatever, by a woman named Roda Osman. She was the victim, and one thing that we noticed on social media, like we want the community to be safe, but one thing we noticed is that she has not shared the description of this man, and we just want to make sure that the streets are safe. Like she wasn't like accusing it, she wasn't trying to be accusatory and say she was filing a false police report. Like she's talking to dispatch right now, and she's just telling them, she's like, hey, she's like, well, I mean, they're saying that it's a black man that's out here doing this. They're saying that he hit a woman after he didn't get her number. So she's like, for black women are scared of that. Like, we don't want that to happen to us. So like, can we get some information, whatever, about this assailant? And like, first the lady was kind of skeptical, but then she was like, she's digging in. She's like, no, like there's nothing to go off of. Like, there's really nothing to go off of. Like, she did file a report, but she didn't give a description. So so maybe she called the cops because people were hounding her about calling the cops. And she probably made it seem like, oh, I don't remember. Like, I was getting hit in the face, so I don't remember. So, but apparently there hasn't been any arrests. And that's what this woman, the phone call was about. She was like, yeah, I mean, has there been any arrests? Like we want the streets safe. Like, and then the lady was like, the only thing you could do is pray for her, because she's not, the lady from Houston PD. She's like, she hasn't given us enough information to look for anybody. So the only thing and then the lady's like, what can we do for her? What can we? And she was like, just pray for her that don't happen again. So yeah, that was weird. In the sense, so like, people are really trying to like find the chinks in the armor. And then there was one other video that I saw, and it was O'Shea Duke Jackson, but O'Shea Duke Jackson was replying or recapping some other guy's video. So this other guy did some research, and apparently, allegedly, it's from the same night, right? It's on the same night that she apparently got hit, right? And she's in the club with a mask on, and they're saying that she wore the mask because she was hiding this. And some people are alleging that it wasn't a hit to her face, that she had an allergic reaction to something. And they were pulling receipts that like showed her with a similar allergic reaction, and like it doing a number on her face like that. Like, so I don't know. I don't know. Like, I mean, of course, if a man is out here hitting a woman with a brick, right, that's wrong. Like, we don't, that's elementary school. Like, I mean, like, that's so beneath us. Like, we know it's wrong. We know it's wrong. However, if something happens to you and you're a victim and you're a woman, right? Wouldn't you be a little bit more forthcoming? Wouldn't you know all the details that you could know? Like, so, because this man you remember enough that he was talking to you and he asked you for your number, but you don't remember what he looks like. You don't remember what his clothes he was wearing. You don't remember what kind of car he got in. Like, nothing. There's no, I mean, we haven't heard about any type of like street cameras or anything like that. Like, we haven't heard anything. um, so yeah, that's my problem, is that if she's really lying, and if what was this for? Like, because it seemed like she was downing black men. For most of her rhetoric was negative towards black men, and obviously, I mean, you're gonna make us, black men, feel some type of way. But like, there's other people out there that's like, even women, they're like, no, you're not gonna keep accusing black men of doing this, whatever, when you're not even trying to protect yourself. You even had people that was doing that, saying like, yo, as her, she shouldn't have put herself in a certain situation. I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore, but I definitely don't fully believe that she was hit with a brick. Like, I feel like there's some type of weirdness going on there, because maybe she does know who hit her with a brick. Maybe this is all set up. Maybe that was a friend, and I mean, this black male friend, and I mean, nobody said nothing because they ain't know what to do, whatever. It was staged. Maybe she does have an allergic reaction, but like, she needed that to be like, oh my God. Now I never seen nothing like that. I don't even know if that would do that to you, like cause that kind of hematoma on your face like that. But like, she looked like Hitch. She looked like Hitch when he was allergic to something. It looked like all they had to do was shoot her with a little bit of Benadryl, or she sipped some Benadryl, and her shit would have just went right back down. Like, that's what it kind of looks like a little bit. But I don't know, man. I don't know. So what do y'all think, man? Do y'all think that it could possibly be a hoax? Do you think that she's trying to get some money on the public? What are your thoughts on that? Did y'all empathize with her? You know what I mean? Did you automatically believe what she had to say, or were you still on the fence as well? So I don't know, man. I don't know. So, all right. Last thing before we go. So we got to give a little update, man. Yo, So there's a national movement. There's a national bandwagon movement for the Colorado Buffaloes, and I'm on board. I've been on board since before he got there, and then after the first win, I'm been on board. And oh snap, oh, it's saying that Shedeur Sanders might face an eye poke after um poking somebody in the eye after this win, whatever. So they win again. So 18th ranked. So at the time of this recording, the 18th ranked Colorado Buffaloes are sparked to a win thanks to Shedeur Sanders' thrilling 43-35 win over Colorado State in 2 overtimes. Now, this matchup, there was a lot of controversy over this matchup because of Deion Sanders and the coach Jay Norvell of Colorado State. He was making issues about Deion not taking off his glasses, and it was this and that, talking about being a real man and so on and so forth, right? So it says the game actually, the first score of the game was Shiloh Sanders. He had an 80 yard pick six, right? And then his brother, he won the game with a 98 yard drive for the ages and an overtime not soon to be forgotten. All right. So let's look at Shedeur's stats of that game. Wow. Okay. So Shedeur Sanders, he went. Oh, I'm on the wrong team. Dang, Colorado. Oh, well, they had some mistakes there. All right, so Shedeur's first blemish of the season, he got his first interception. They don't have a running game, this team, but Shedeur Sanders, 38 for 47. I feel like he just went 38 for 47 in another game. I swear to God, like if this is like close to 81%, that's the same percentage that he just had. Oh my God, it's the same percentage. He just had a game where he went 38 for 47. So this guy, 81% completion percentage, 348 yards, 4 touchdowns. Let's see, the touchdowns came from Xavier Weaver. Michael Harrison had 2 touchdowns, and then Jimmy Horn Jr. Travis Hunter only had 2 catches and 21 yards. All right, so he went to work, and so it was, man, Coach Prime, man, coaching these boys up in these barn burner games, right? These high scoring games. Buffalo is Colorado's now 3-0. Colorado State now falls to 0-2, but these games are close. So that tells us a couple of things. It tells us that, like, there's a facet of Colorado's team that is lacking, right? Like, and it seems to be their defense. Their defense seems to be giving up too many points, to where they can't really necessarily sustain leads, or they have to keep outscoring their opponents just to get a little bit of breathing room. So the first quarter was 14-14. The Colorado Rams take a lead by halftime, so it's 21-7. The third quarter was scoreless. Both teams scoreless, whatever. So obviously, fourth quarter was a little bit back and forth, but Shedeur Sanders, right, to end the game, he led a 98-yard drive from the 2-yard line. He led a 98-yard drive to tie it up, right? So he ties up the game, and then they go into overtime. And if you know anything about college football overtime, they do, like, they take turns. And basically they won it with a score and a 2-point conversion. All right. So they won it. So they did their back and forth. I would assume that, I would assume that maybe the Rams got the ball first and then Colorado. No, maybe it went the other way. Colorado got the ball first, then the Rams kind of tied it up. Then the Rams got their chance and they didn't score, and then they win it with a 2-point conversion. Why'd they go for the 2? I wonder. That's wild. But yeah, man, shout out to Coach Prime, man. 3-0, man. Who do they have next? Oh, okay. All right. It might be time to temper our expectations. Because although I am on the bandwagon and I'm still rooting for Coach Prime, they're going against the number 10 ranked Oregon Ducks. And Oregon always has, like, just a fast team, super athletic, super exciting to watch. But yeah, so at the moment it's number 18 ranked Colorado versus number 10 ranked Oregon. We'll see what happens when the coaches polls come out and if those rankings are going to be a little bit different. But they actually they have these 3 games. TCU wasn't a ranked opponent. None of these, they had 3 unranked games in a row. The first game was close, second game was a blowout, and then third game was close. But now they're running into 2 tough teams in their conference back to back. They got Oregon, and then the week after that, they have USC. So Oregon's 10, USC's number 5. And then they get a break with Colorado with Arizona State. But then 6 days later, they got to play Stanford. Then they play UCLA. Then Oregon State. Like, so they're playing really good teams. Like right now, just remaining on their schedule as of right now, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of their 9 remaining games. 7 of them are against ranked opponents. So you got Oregon, you got USC, you got UCLA, you got Oregon State, you got Washington State. Oh no, 6 of them. So 6 of their next like 9 games or yeah. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But I'm on the bandwagon. I want to see what they do against real competition, against elite competition. See if they can kind of hold their own. I don't know. I don't think we know enough about Colorado and their skill set. I don't think we know enough about them, but it is exciting nonetheless, right? And I'm rooting for Coach Prime, man. But what y'all think, man? What y'all think about what's going on in the world? Is there anything y'all want to hear me talk about, man? Is there anything that I need to kind of dive into? Is there anything that y'all looking forward to? Well, one thing I'm looking forward to is Drake, man. Drake's album coming out October 6th. October 6th. He said it's only right, man, because he is October's very own, right? And the 6th is Canada, right? So October 6th for the dogs. He posted something that says something about should he like stop the tour early and finish the songs, or he said complete the mission and y'all get the music later. I don't know, man, but it's exciting to see. Yeah, man, I'm ready for some new music, some new Drake music. I did hear a new artist that I really like. Artist is called Trevis, Trevis. They have a single out. He has a single out with Seti Hendrix and somebody else, and it's called All Night. But then there's a couple other songs on this EP. It just came out Friday, so check that out. It's only like a 6-track EP. Blast has a new tape out with Bino Rito. Yeah, that's how you say his name, Bino Rito. 6 tape part 3. I did listen to it. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope what I heard from it. I gotta put some songs on my playlist, on my 2023 playlist, and so but yeah, man, if y'all still watching the channel, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, leave a comment below. I love the feedback. Share this with somebody if you know anybody that's into any of the content that we discuss over this probably hour or so. Yeah, put them on to me, man. Put them on, share the love, and let's keep this thing moving, man. But yo, this is another episode of the 20 Plus Podcast. Y'all, I'm out. Peace.